Hey friends, my name's Aaron Ciotti. What is happening here? My name's Aaron Ciotti, and I didn't take care of this before the live stream, so you're gonna have to look at it for the next 2 hours. What if I just turn my head like this? Nope, that's worse. Wow. Okay. Hi friends, welcome to Monday Things. We're gonna do things. What are we gonna do? We're gonna finish up the AOS 3.5. Look at this. This is a one-day build, yo. I started this build today, and I'm gonna finish it tonight. Maybe not live on the stream, but I mean, pretty much everything's done. Everything's soldered up. We'll talk about the build a little bit, and yeah, it'll be great. Sorry, Joshua is still streaming, and Ghost Branch is doing Photoshop things, and I'm kind of a Photoshop nerd, so yeah, I'm not good at Photoshop, but I'm interested in Photoshop. Always have been, but I've never really put the time in to really get good at it. So yeah, I'm a little distracted. Sorry. Hey, we're going to be flying around the 0603 30,000 kV Tiny Whoop that we were flying yesterday, but tonight with triblades, which it really seems to like. When Jesse from Tiny Whoop first sent me these 603 30,000s, I kind of went through the same thing. I put them on biblades, and they're really good on biblades, but the hover point is just kind of low, just a little bit low. And they're a little bit of a heavier motor. They're almost as heavy as 802s. And so I'm pretty sure I remember putting them onto these new GemFan 1208 triblades and really liking it, and that kind of being the right prop for them. So yeah, we're going to be ripping this around a little bit. As always, this is a Q&A live stream, so bring those questions and we'll talk about them. All right, looks like Joshua is, looks like he just wrapped up, so now I can actually focus. I am in Discord over on Livestream Live hanging out. Somebody tagged me over there, said, Ciotti, if your dad starts telling me maybe this should be his? Oh, God. What in the world? Oh, shiny balls. Got it. Nice. Yeah, and we're gonna be hanging out right now and putting pictures of the Photoshop shenanigans going on over on Joshua's stream. Kim Fused FPV, thank you so much for the super generous super chat. Shout out to Gardo as well. $25 super chat. It's been way too long. Much love. Looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Yeah, friends, this weekend is Rampage, so no stream Friday night, no stream Sunday. Monday night there will be a live stream though. So yeah. Come to Rampage though, instead of watching me on YouTube. Who's going to Rampage? Type tag me in chat and type Rampage. Alright, getting back into live stream live. Cool. Over on the Discord channel, that is. YouTube, don't tell me to put commercials in, you jackass. I don't do that to these beautiful people. In the chat, Mr. Blue Sky was first, Frank Nicholas was next, Riot 9, Nani FPV, Juicy FPV, Quadzimoto, Bob Bruce, Metal Dirtskin, Kim Fused, Kevin Sumner, Danzil the Terrible, Big Fran, Nani FPV again, Brandon Woodford, back to FPV, Kevin Sumner, Gardo Rotors in the house, Julian Dan, McMucus, Kyle C, Riot 9, Adam Weston, Sleepy CBR, Chris Mel, Greg Womack. YouTube just did the thing. I lost my place. YouTube did the thing. If you want the gangly man to read your name out, you got to get into the chat early. I forgot to do mailbag the other day. This is a box from Big Timko, Captain Cannoli. And that's what's in it, goddammit. Hey, Juicy, the USPS lied to you. The package didn't get here today. But that's okay, because I was working on a non-Walksnail build today. What's BBL? With a peach? What's BBL? Anybody know? I don't know what BBL is. But there's 2 BBL pins in here. I'd love to know what that means. Anybody? Anybody know what that means? There's also a 1S light thing. I don't know Walksnail, yo. I've done like no research on Walksnail. What the hell? Big booty Latinas, is that it? Big booty hoes? Big booty lows? Look at this, yo. This is, so FPV Exchange sent, oh God, sent these to Bot Grinder. He used them, Brazilian butt lift, that's it. Didn't like them. He gave them to Captain Cannoli. He didn't like them. And then he sent them to me, which is amazing. And so I'm super appreciative of those 2 beautiful bastards. And yeah, now we're going to use them for some tiny whoops. And I'm hoping to have this up by Rampage this weekend. Ooh, man, that foam sucks. I'm assuming this is the foam they come with. Oh, there's like little wedges in here. That's interesting. Maybe if I take these wedges out, it'll be better. Although, hold on, let me see. Do those wedges help or hurt? Oh no, those wedges hurt. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I need to take these little wedges out. Small little goggles. Jesus. Just a little bit deeper than like Fat Shark HD3s. Really nice. They seem to be really nice quality. I haven't powered them on yet. I ordered a set of patch antennas for them today. Menace RC, for $30, really cheap, sells a set of left-hand LHCP patch antennas that that I've got on the way. And then in here, there's a couple of stubbies. There's the Caddx, Walksnail, whatever stubbies, which I probably won't be using because there is a set of, I don't know what these are, stubbies. But they've got like cool little graffiti all over them. Look at that. They've got what's the skulls, the crazy colorful skulls with all the little thingies on them. Yeah, that's what these are. So I have a feeling that these are nicer than those ones that are in there. So yeah, I'll be using these little stubbies and some patches on the front, and all will be right with the world. So this is very cool. Super huge thank you to FPV Exchange, Bot Grinder, and Captain Cannoli for shooting these over. Captain Cannoli is Little Timko's dad. I call him Big Timko. Sugar Skulls, that's it. Day of the Dead, Sugar Skulls. Yep. So yeah, we are on the Walksnail train, friends, and I'm super excited, man. I think this might be really cool for really lightweight builds. And then also in here is set 2 of these of the version 1 25 by 25 VTXs. I don't I would love. Is anybody interested in one of these? I would love to. The new Pro ones have 20 by 20 mounting, which for me is going to be much more realistic. I don't really know. I don't have much stuff that's got 25 by 25. I'm sure I can find a home for one of these. I don't think I can find a home for both of them. So, yeah, if anybody is interested in these, I would love to hear from you. Shoot me a message, and yeah, because the Pro ones make a lot more sense to me. Come on. There we go. Yeah, there's the other one. I also forgot that these use 2 antennas. Has anybody just run one antenna on these? So what is this doing? This is transmitting. So using just one antenna would probably not be smart, right? If it's transmitting, it's expecting to have the antenna on there, and it might get a little bit too hot with only one. So I guess I'll probably just zip tie the 2 of them to the rear standoffs and move it right along. Brandon's Baked Beans is gluing them in. That's kind of crazy because they're like heat sinks on the top and bottom. That seems reckless. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, shout out to the fellas for this. Very cool. What a great community FPV is. You know what I mean? Great group of folks. Great group of beautiful bastards. I'm gonna put these antennas on. No, I'm not, because it looks like you have to take the whole thing apart to put the antennas on. Oh no, it looks like there's a little spring pad here. Spring pad? Is it missing anything in here? Nope, not missing anything. Cool. Put these away. I'm actually gonna put these VTXs and cameras in the nice big case here. This could be cool, man. These goggles being the size that they are, I think that they'll fit inside my, inside of the part. Well, I'll tell you right now, if they will. I have a BPX3, the old school low pro bag that like everybody used to have, and it's got a little like crescent shaped, oh, they fit right in there, spot that fit Fat Sharks perfectly, but the DJI helmet doesn't really fit all that well in there. These fit perfectly in there, so that's gonna be kind of cool. I've got a little home for these already. So yeah, super exciting, man. I'm not excited to have to learn new things, if I'm honest. I've been around so long in FPV that, like, learning new things, I haven't had to learn, like, new things in a long time, and anytime I do, it's like, ugh, can't I just know this? So I'm not necessarily looking forward to learning new things. But I am looking forward to having a tiny whoop with 1080p. That's going to be ridiculous. So, very excited about that. I need to know what what BBL is. I need it. I need to know. If you want to talk directly to me in the chat, all you got to do is type CiottiFPV. If you do that, it'll light up an orange, like that. You don't have to put an @ in front of it, but you can. You can also do a super chat if you want to donate to the madness that is trying to do FPV full time. It's pretty absurd. But I'm just going to keep going for as long as I possibly can. The other way that you can help me out with that is heading over to CiottiFPV.com. There's a whole bunch of different ways that you can support the insanity. Patreon, as it says here, helps me the most. Etsy has some really fun stickers and hardware if you want to spend some of your hard-earned money on yourself and let me get a couple bucks, you know, for the effort. Over on Fiverr, you can work one-on-one with me, take advantage of the 7 years I've been doing this, and you know, learn a lot really fast. The things that I like doing the best are flight instruction, helping you tune and teaching you how to tune, and build planning. But if you've got a half an hour or an hour's worth of questions, you can just bounce them off of me. You know, you can drive the session, or I can you know, take the wheel, whatever works for you. Over on Teespring, I got some really fun shirts and other random apparel. And then if you want to do a super chat, but you don't want YouTube to take 30%, there's a PayPal button for you here. When you're doing orders on the internet, someone probably has an affiliate link to that website. See if you can find it real quick. Those of us that are creating content on YouTube would super appreciate it. I have affiliate links to Weebleed FPV, Newbie Drone FPV Cycle, Amazon Get FPV, Oh My God HD0, Flywheel, Emacs, Banggood, Camera Brother, and AliExpress. All you gotta do is click the affiliate link at some point before you check out, and I'll get a little small percentage of your total order. It doesn't affect you in any way. You can change your bookmarks to my affiliate links. That way you don't have to think about them. You can even, like, go up here into your URL bar and type AMA for Amazon, and if it suggests just regular old Amazon.com, there's a little X over here that'll remove the suggestion. You can remove all of your suggestions, click my affiliate links a bunch of times, and then your browser, when you type AMA, will think that you want to go to my affiliate link. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about that. Let me get caught up on chat, see who's tagging me up in here. Nani FPV says, howdy y'all, what's up CiottiFPV? Quadzimoto says, what's up friend? Bob Bruce says, how's it going Gangles? Thanks again to Kim Fused and Garter Rotor for the super chat. My phone just went off. Brandon Woodford says, when my phone goes off, I'm like conditioned now to believe that it's someone telling me that the mic is muted. Because that's the problem with not wearing headphones when you broadcast, is that if you're muted, you won't know about it. So yeah, I choose not to wear headphones. Brandon Wood, because I would, you know, who would want to flatten out this beautiful head of hair? Brandon Woodford says, what's going on, CiottiFPV? Hope you're having a good night. I am indeed. Back to FPV says, good evening, CiottiFPV, and everybody else for that matter. Kevin Sumner says, is this a fractal build? In the intro, you can always tell by whether or not there are props in view. Yeah, there's no props in view. So that's the so this is the fractal build. This is this is actually the fractal build on the Weebleed Gore 28,500 kV motors. And this is the most recent time that I went to the drifting place. It was like 2 or 3 Thursdays ago. So yeah, this is like the best I've ever flown there. I actually submitted my RC drift car analog edit to the micro competition for Rampage. I made a shortened version of it. It's a 2-minute long version of it for that little competition there. Actually, I don't think it's a competition. I think it's just a watch party, basically. But yeah, that the what I submitted there, that was the that was the second time that I had ever done this. This is now like 2 or 3 more times after that. So yeah, this is me flying a little bit better and getting a little bit more creative with mainly flying backwards. I've really kind of figured out some fun ways to kind of fly backwards at this spot and just with these rigs. And so yeah, unfortunately I left the OSD on like a jackass. So I won't be using this footage for an edit, but you know, I don't know. Mick Bucas says, word, CiottiFPV. Great power loop advice. Thank you. You're certainly welcome. Right9 says, hair be like waves. Garter Rotor says, what is the OSD element in the top right? Fit or pit? And what does it tell you? So it's pit, and it's for pitch. And to be honest, that is one of my favorite OSD elements, especially when I'm out testing stuff. If you want to test runtime, the pitch OSD element is brilliant, because if you just pick a number, 25 degrees, and you put your rig 25 degrees, you put that pitch number to 25 degrees, and you just maintain that at 25 degrees, and you don't hit the ground, then you're just going to cruise at the exact same like throttle level the entire time. It's a really, really, really nice thing to kind of have in your OSD. It can also, like, if you're watching, if you're watching stuff back, if you're watching your DVR back, and you've got like jello or wobbles or something like that, a lot of times that can kind of clue you in as to when it's happening. That pitch OSD element in tandem with the throttle position OSD element will tell you a lot. And it's just really, really, really nice to have in there. Initially, when I started to put that into my OSD, my thought was that I could pitch backwards, and when you start to pitch backwards, pretty quickly you have no reference whatsoever. It's just the sky. And initially I thought, like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. I can pitch backwards, and then I can just look at the pitch amount, and then it'll kind of tell me, you know what I mean? Am I like this, or am I like that? Because there's a bunch of angle that you can put on your quad where you're looking at all sky. So initially I thought it might be useful for that, but I have not a single time have I have I used that, because you never really look up at the sky and then leave it there long enough to like shift your eyes up and actually look at the number and think about the number and then do anything, right? But yeah, it's a pretty much nobody uses that OSD element, and it's really a nice one to have. So yeah, put it in your OSD, yo. Junk up your screen with lots of shit like me. Adam Weston says, hello, yo. 661 says, I'm dying Meteor 65 frames. That's super cool. Jason Black says, hey man, 3-inch build with 850 mAh Lipo motor suggestions. Really depends completely upon what you're going to be doing with the build, Jason. So one of my favorite things to do over on my Fiverr is what I call build planning. I have a list of like 20 or 25 questions that I ask you, such as, are you picking up an HD camera? If so, what are you doing with the footage? What is, you know, is FPV like a hobby or is it a profession? Like, tell me more about that. Who are your favorite pilots? Who do you want to fly like? Just a whole bunch of really specific questions for me to dial in on exactly which motors, frame, receiver, ESC, flight controller, camera, propellers, battery are going to suit your specific needs the best, right? So, you know, 3-inch build with 850 mAh battery, that gives me a couple pieces of info, but not nearly enough to like actually recommend a set of motors that's going to like do anything for you. I mean, we can't go through that whole list of questions here on the live stream, but just like a good general motor suggestion for you with an 850 mAh battery. And to be honest, like, right now is a weird time for micro motors. A lot of my favorite motors have been discontinued. The Zing 1504s, the Toka 1505s, the RCX, and Emax 1306s. Right now, your only real option is going to be a 1404. And then I don't know what the voltage is. I'm going to assume that the voltage is 4S. You're going to want like 45-ish 100 kV on the for the motors. I'm a huge fan of the T-Motor 1404s, which are 4600 kV. They're great. If you're doing an order on Newbie Drone, they sell the Axis 1404s, which are roughly the same kV. So yeah, I would stick with one of those. The T-Motors are sold pretty much everywhere. The Axises are kind of specifically sold on Newbie Drone. So that's going to be my blanket suggestion. Yeah. Denzel the Terrible says, if you want Photoshop help, just ask. Sounds good. I have a decent idea of what I'm doing in Photoshop. I used it a lot back when I was shooting stills all day, every day. And so, yeah, I know my way around, but Ghost Branch is very obviously an ultra ninja, which is rad, and I love watching ninjas. I'm subscribed to a bunch of Photoshop people on YouTube that I watch as much as I can, but it's always cool to watch somebody, yeah, it's just cool to watch people rip in Photoshop. It's rad. Kim Fuse says Rampage Platinum, very cool. Abraham says Stampede. He's going to be in North Carolina while we're in South Carolina. Garter Order's going to be there as well. Kevin Sumner's going to be there. Hey, anybody that wants to go to Rampage last second, Kevin Sumner still has a bed available with his Platinum Pass. So if you want to go to Rampage last second here, message Kevin Sumner. He's got a Platinum Pass, which puts him in the bougie back area with the little trailers, and there's 2 beds to the room. So yeah. Denzel the Terrible says Brazilian butt lift. Adam Weston says don't fly Walksnail. Don't fly Walksnail if it still says standby on the screen. Ask me how I know. Noted. Riot 9 says BBLFPV is a crew of pilots making some stuff. They have a website, shirts, etc. All the usual merch. There it is. Thank you, Riot 9. Riot 9 knows all the things, yo. Seriously. Kevin Sumner says, want me to bring my Ripsqueak with Walksnail on board? You're welcome to fly it. Yeah, absolutely. If any of you guys are going to be at Rampage, bring all your shit. Like, what I like doing at Rampage, like, I don't go to Rampage to fly. Like, straight up. I'll fly, like, 5 or 6 batteries outside of the of Micro Mayhem. Micro Mayhem, I'll fly. I just basically fly my shit until it's all broken, which doesn't take very long. But yeah, I don't go to Rampage to fly. I go there to hang out with you guys and talk shit and yeah, just hang. And one of my favorite things to do at Rampage is like get handsy with everybody's builds and show off all my builds. So like I bring fucking everything that works, even some stuff that doesn't. But yeah, I just bring all my shit, and then you guys can fondle it and grope it and take it in the back room and just get nasty with it. It's great. You're gonna get cut though. I don't file my edges. Oh boy. Brandon McBean says just glue it in. That's what she said. Kevin Sumner says, I have a dual antenna mount to hold Sure IC Singularity, specifically for the Walksnail VTX. Going to drop it in Discord for you to look at. There it is. There it is. Man, that is $40 of antennas on there. The 2 antennas? Really? Why you gotta do us like that, Walksnail, you bastards? 2 antennas? Come on now. Come on. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. I gotta be honest. I'm fine with 1. That's a cool looking little mount. I gotta be honest though. 2 antennas? Really? Come on. Come on. Get it together, Walksnail. We don't need to. Metanutskin says, I put the sum total of my knowledge about BBL in the Discord. Nice. Thank you, Metanutskin. Yeah, For anybody that wants to know more about BBL, there you go. I've got their pins. I'm keeping them. Burns FPV says, thank you so much for your recommendations to upgrade my biblade 6 with Meteor 65 frame GemFan biblade props. Wow, what a difference. You're certainly welcome. Wait till you put a Mega KV 0702 on it. You want to talk about a difference. And BT 2.0. Jesus. If you think there's a big difference from biblades and the Meteor 65 frame, oh boy. The BT 2.0 switch is mega. And then, like, 30,000 kV 702s, 29,000 kV 702s. Christ, even, like, 26 or 27,000 0702s. You got some treats coming at you. Kevin Sumner dropping the CiottiFPV.com link. Thank you, dude. YouTube just did the thing. 3216 Workbench says, quick question. What is a searchable name for whoop screws? I mean the ones that mount the canopy to the frame. You've asked me this at a good time. Somebody asked me the other day where they could get Tiny Whoop hardware, and I didn't know. I was like, I don't think anywhere sells it. I'd never really looked for it, but since someone asked that, it's in my brain, and I was doing an order on GetFPV today, and I noticed that they sell them. So, yeah, it's in, I did that kind of fast. It's in shop by category, accessories, and then parts and hardware. For the record, the parts and hardware section on all of the websites, RDQ, PyroDrone, GetFPV, Newbie Drone, is amazing. This is like my favorite little hidden part of all these websites. There is such cool shit in here. Definitely look through it. You'll find stuff you didn't know that you needed, but you need. I swear to God they were in here. There we go. Happy Model damping balls and screws for Moblite 6. So there's one. Those are the same screws there, but with taller damping balls. What the fuck kind of a name is that for it? They're rubber grommets, you jackasses. They're not damping balls. You want damping balls? I'll give you damping balls. You damping ball. So those are silver screws. If you want black screws, moving on. I don't think they sell them in black. Newbie Drone's website, I betcha they sell them too. Yeah. Parts and hardware sections of websites, yo, I'm telling you. It's, there's always some good stuff. You want to learn? Go into the parts and hardware section. Just start looking through shit. Okay, yeah, those are the only ones. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Newbie Drone has that stuff too. Screw. There they are. Newbie Drone whoop screws. M1.2. Hey, that's what they are. They are M1.2, and it looks like the Newbie Drone ones are 3.8 millimeters. And they've got them down here. And so, yeah, they're all over the damn place. And, yo, where else can you go to get this information about damping balls and screwing? If you want longer screws for more strength or bigger balls, that doesn't make any sense. Come over here to RDQ, and there are Mobula 7 screws that are extra long. Check your frame. They might not work in your frame if the screw holes aren't long enough. I use these in the tiny lifters. What I do is I run a little tiny drill bit down the little standoff rubber grommet holder in the tiny lifter frames, and because there's a blocker in the middle, the Cockroach 75 frame is actually set up so that you can run an AIO on the top and then something on the bottom as well. So it's basically like there's a piece of plastic, and then there's the I don't know what other word I can use, but there's the shaft on top, and then there's another shaft on bottom, and those shafts are threaded and hollow, right? So I run a tiny little drill bit through to break through the plastic in the middle, and then I run these big long, I'm gonna find them, I swear, Mobula 7 screws all the way down through the top part of the shaft, and then down into the bottom part of the shaft. Your mileage may vary. They used to be on here. Why don't I do this? Why don't I search for Mobula 7 screw? Would you look at that? Out of stock. Son of a bitch. Well, they used to have them. I don't know if they're going to never come in. See, look at that. Long rubber damping ball, yo. What do you know about damping balls? You don't know shit about damping balls. But yeah, this is the Mobula 7 V3 frame. V3 frame, I think. But yeah, these are longer. Look how long these screws are. Look how long you can screw with these screws. Hopefully they'll come back in stock. Or maybe somewhere else sells them. I don't know. But yeah. They're yep. Hey, look, I learned something today. I finally figured out. I think I figured this out a while ago, and then I forgot it. More often than not, I wire up a crossfire and it's wrong. Like way more than 50% of the time. And so when I realized that, I just said, you know what? I'm not even going to look up the wiring diagram because apparently I'm so dumb that I can't even figure it out. I'm just going to do it randomly. And then at least by doing it randomly, I've an actual 50-50 shot. And then I think at some point I figured this out, but today I refigured this out. The reason why that's happening is that this image, I think, this image on Oscar Liang's website, I love Oscar, but Jesus, this image has caused me so much madness. This is wrong. This is not the RX. This is the TX pad, and this is the RX pad. And I think, because look at this one. Wait, no, where is it? Look at this one. Look at this one. TX is on the outside. Look at that. TX outside. Oscar. RX outside. How are you going to do me like that, Oscar? How are you going to have the second most popular image when you search for Crossfire Nano wiring and it's wrong on there? Shame. For shame! It is very annoying that the rest of these just have channel 1 and channel 2. That's kind of a part of the problem. Hold on, let me let's confirm this. So I think now, and the way that I wired this AOS up is with under the assumption that TX is on the outside, like this one. Let's try to find another image or two that has TX on the outside. Son of a bitch. This one says it's RX on the outside. This one just has channel 1, channel 2. Hold on, let's find another one. That just has channel 1, channel 2. Come on with the channel 1, channel 2. There we go. Hey, TX on the outside, god damn it. Channel 1, channel 2. Yeah, I don't know. I always use that Oscar Liang image, though, and I'm always wrong. What? So, yeah, this is probably wrong. That RX is on the outside. I love that. I love this though. My favorite thing about this image is that he specifically calls out, "Hey, RX is on the outside, so your UART that you want to hook it up to is TX." I love that he did that because that, you know, people don't understand that, right? They think this is RX and they hook it up to RX on the board, and they're right, but the image is wrong. So yeah, I think I learned that today. I hope. Maybe we'll fire this rig up and I'll let you know. Probably not though. We'll probably just fuck around and yell and scream for the next hour and 10 minutes. Ken Heron with a $2 super chat. He says, here's for some Jesus. Here's for some goatee shampoo. Do I need it? It is kind of going to the side. It does this thing where it goes to the side. It goes this. I'm fixing it now. It goes this way. You can see it. Well, you're also seeing the shadow. This side of my face is in shadow, so it makes it look even more crooked. Yeah, whatever. Who gives a shit what any of us look like? Metanerdskin says, I bought some more of those T-Motor 1604s from AliExpress, which I know is a gamble. Hope they get here before summer. Nani FPV says, do you still have your SN95? Sadly, I do not, Nani. SN95 is the internal code for the mid-90s Mustang. And yeah, my first, like, really... I've actually only owned 4 cars in my life, and I'm 42 years old. I hold on to cars for a long time. I mean, I just basically drive them into the goddamn ground. Yeah, so my first car was an 87 notchback Mustang 4-cylinder that my parents handed down to me, which was very cool of them. And then in my mid-20s, I bought a 1996 Mustang Cobra from a buddy of mine, which I did straight line, you know, drag strip shit for a couple months before that got infinitely boring. And then I started to autocross the car, which was super interesting. And it was a rough car to autocross because it's just not meant for it. And hey, there they are. They're my little buddies. Yeah, there's my little notchback, and there's the Cobra really early on, is before the suspension went on it. And yeah, the notchback, I'd done suspension and stuff too. I wish that I'd gotten into autocross with this car, because it would have been probably quicker than the fucking Cobra. Just because it was so much lighter. And I had a half-decent suspension setup on it, springs, shock springs, the pony wheels, big tires, sway bars front and rear. This is actually my dad's SN95 Cobra. My dad borrowed my Cobra for a week, and when he gave it back, he was like, these cars really only cost $5,000? I was like, yup. And he's like, find me one, I'll buy it. And then I did, and he did. So yeah, it was, this is the car that I ran in autocross for my first, like, 2 or so years before I bought the 99 Miata. And yeah, man, I miss this car. I did a lot to this car, man. I went deep on this car. But by the time I got rid of it, it had BBK ceramic-coated long tube headers, off-road H-pipe, no cats at all. Straight through exhaust. The fucking thing made so much noise. It's just one of the best sounding cars ever. Dual overhead cam, 4.6 liter V8 that revved to like 7,100 RPM. It was just beautiful. And aluminum block. The block would take like 1,000 horsepower. The block was made by Texid, which is the company that makes Ferrari blocks. It was just like way overbuilt. None of the rest of the rotating assembly would take that kind of power, but the block would. And you know what? The crank would too, I think. I ended up with Maximum Motorsports coilovers on it all around, full-length subframes to stiffen the chassis up a little bit. It was a convertible, so the subframes helped out a ton. Big wheels and tires, 295 width tires on 17 by 9s, I want to say. Massive front sway bar. I think I had a Steeda rear sway bar. I did a lot of suspension tuning with the sway bars front and rear to get it balanced well. All the other bolt-on nonsense intake, you know. Caster camber plates up front. True track differential in the rear. 373 gears. 26 spline axles. Big long wheel studs to clear spacers and whatnot. I ended up putting a Steeda wing on it towards the end. These are like the really sought after R58 Cobra R wheels. Cobra Daytona seat, little fake roll bar. Bunch of stuff, man. My God, I love that car. I really, really, really love that car. Unfortunately, the car lives its entire life in New Jersey, and there's the Steeda wing on there. And it was driven pretty much every winter, and the salt just ate the ass out of this thing. Oh my God, it was just a hot mess. I had to have the front subframe like completely, yeah, it was just bad, man. The rust just completely ate this car. And when I bought the Miata, that was such a better car for autocross that this thing ended up sitting. And like it just got to the point where like with all the rust and the cancer we call in the car world, we call rust cancer. It would have been so much money to fix the car properly. Like if the plan was for this to be the HPDE and track day car, big power, big tires, all that good stuff. But I was just so obsessed with the Miata, and I was just so in love with autocross that this just sat. I transported it down to Charleston when I moved there, but then when I was planning on moving here to Atlanta, it just seemed insane to continue to trailer the car around. The motor, also the engine was at like 200,000 miles, and it was blowing a bunch of smoke, and it was down on compression. So those dual overhead cam 4.6 liters are really expensive to rebuild. So it, like, between that and all the rust, I just ended up getting rid of the car, unfortunately. Someday I would love to get my hands on another one. They're considered, so from 94 to 98, that's this body style, which is called SN95. They're like the bastard children of the Mustangs, so they really don't sell for all that much. And it's basically a Fox body with slightly better, with a slightly better chassis. You can still put big wheels and tires. The 96, 97, and 98 came with the 4.6 liter. If you get the Cobra, it's a dual overhead cam, great engine. Just an awesome car, man. Just a great, like, mid-90s American muscle car. 123,456 miles. It's pretty... Oh, shit, that's right. Well, here, I'll tell you exactly what mods are on it. I took pictures of a lot of the mods, yeah. Oh, right, the brakes, the DBA calipers. These are really expensive. DBA is an Australia company, and they make some of the best. Whereas big-ass rotors. Oh, right, the spec clutch. Spec Stage 2 clutch with a lightweight aluminum flywheel. There's the Coney Yellows that were in it. There's the Cobra Daytona seat. I still have this tack, actually. Oh, yeah, the lower... Oh, right. All the control arms in the rear lower control arms. There's the diff and the axles and the diff cover. There's the differential itself. There's my extra spare set of wheels and tires. Basically daily wheels and tires. That diff, man. Oh, man, that diff was so nice. There's the long tubes. There you go. There's the rust. This is like the main subframe of the car, and the rust just ate it, dude. That was an expensive repair, Jesus, because this is like a a very load bearing part of the car. That's all the rust that came out of it. Yeah, man, and there's the repair. There's the fully boxed in repair that my dude did. Oh right, the Walbro 250 in tank, bigger fuel pump, brakes. Yeah, man. Missed this car. And there's some light painting. Towards the end of owning the car, I did some really decent photography of it, which was great. Yeah, there's the day I got to drive a 427 Cobra. Sorry for talking about cars for 20 minutes. Blame Nani FPV. Denzel the Terrible says, that was not Ultra Ninja photoshopping on JB's stream. Yeah, fair enough. Anybody that's better than me, I consider to be an Ultra Ninja. So, everything I'm saying is just want to say that I've been doing this so long and spent so much that I'm fortunate to not need build planning, but I would have paid out the ass for that service when I first started. Me too, Aber. Me too. BeepTube says, Micro Mayhem at Rampage 2021 was rad. That's the most satisfying whooping ground on Earth. It really is. I'm hoping that the spot that we're going to be in this year is going to be as fun or even more fun. It's definitely smaller, but it also looks like there's a lot of little intricate things to kind of play around with. It's really going to be tiny whoop heavy. Previous years, it was like 2-inch, 2.5-inch, 3-inch, fine. Christ, we even flew 5-inch rigs in there. Not this year. This year, it is going to be like pretty tiny whoop specific. So, yeah. Kilo Zebra says, get shafted with CiottiFPV. Denzel the Turbo says, serious question, do crabs think fish are flying? Mind's Eye Vision Work says, have problems binding Fly Sky 65mm whoop with my T-Light. What protocol should I be using? You know, I don't even know. I've never had Fly Sky. I thought Fly Sky was the name of the protocol, but by your question, I'm assuming that it's not. Does anybody in chat know anything about Fly Sky? I've never had a Fly Sky, and to be honest, I didn't know you could get Fly Sky stuff anymore. That's like super OG FPV stuff. Yeah, hopefully somebody in chat knows something about Fly Sky, because I literally know nothing about it. Freeloader says, bad mother, shut your mouth, talking about shaft. Metal says, Weebleed has 1.2 by 4mm screws. Awesome. And a link. Thank you for that, Metal. Denzel the Terrible says, maybe if you use ELRS like a big boy, you wouldn't have this problem. What's the problem that I was having? TX and RX? I use ELRS on certain stuff, but Crossfire is better. Oh, no, he didn't! Kevin Sumner says, it's channel 1, channel 2, because that's what TBS says in their manual, yeah. Apache Smoke Good Cyber says, good morning. What's up, homie? Shout out to Apache Smoke and Quadbod for doing all of the timestamps on these live streams. The past, like, 6 to 8 months of live streams all have timestamps, so they're very easily searchable and just easy to navigate. You know, you pull the live stream up, there'll be a whole bunch of chapter markers. You can hit the ones that you want to watch and skip the ones that you don't. Big Willie 350 says, rust is just a poor man's weight reduction. Yeah. Sorta. Eva FPV's in the house. She says, hi, CiottiFPV and gang. What's up? And cool, we're caught up on chat. Let's fly this 603 30,000 kV ultimate freestyle tiny whoop on the GemFan triblades. This will be a lot more fun than the HQ prototypes yesterday, because these props will not be bashing into the duct for no goddamn reason. That'll be nice. All right, here we go. A little bit of whooping. And for anybody that was bitching about the camera, the FPV camera yesterday looking like ass, man, you're gonna hate it tonight, because the camera is gonna look all red. It's the damnedest thing. Like I said yesterday, I have huge lights on in this room right now. The lights that are going to be used at Rampage. But instead of them being blue, I've changed them to red. It's the damnedest thing. It's almost like when you have a bunch of colored lights in a room, that room becomes the color of the lights. It's wild. Look at that. Look how red it is in here. Yo, oh God! What is with me almost getting stuck in my own hair lately? Ah! I knew that was going to be a little... like, that was a little too quick of a throttle blip. Man, I'm just letting it hang on 0 throttle right now. What you know about that? Man, it looks weird in here with the red. Oh boy, don't break anything. The one spot that I try not to crash into. So, these are tinywhoop.com prototype 603 30,000 kV motors, which I am kind of in love with. So the 603 size has not gotten a lot of love, and that's a shame because it's a really interesting size. So 603, from a stator volume perspective, is in between 702 and 802. But what's interesting about it is the vertical dimension of the stator does much more work than the horizontal. Oh, you know what's happening right now? I am my throttle expo is set incorrectly. Look at my hover point. My hover point's all the way up at 50%. I gotta fix that. That's one of the reasons why this rig still feels weird, even with the tri-blades. Hold on, let's fix it real quick. Throttle expo. The amount is right, but the midpoint is wrong. There we go. Yeah, it was at 35. So let's go with 42. And oh my God, that feels so much better. Yeah, okay. This is a dead battery. I set it a little bit low because this battery is kind of dead. Let's throw a freshie on here and see where that hover point is. But yeah, so the vertical part of the stator does much more work than the horizontal. So a 603 versus a 702 or an 802 is going to be able to do more work. It's going to be more susceptible to overheating, but the tiny whoop motors really don't seem to suffer with overheating issues. I don't know why, but they just don't. So the 603 stator size, to me, is kind of one of the most interesting. I still think 702... Oh, that was weird. I still think 702 is the way to go. Just from a weight standpoint, it's just lighter. And I think that... with the high KV, the 702s are it's like the perfect amount of motor. But if you want a more... I knocked the little tree thing down. Oh, God! I clipped the top of the speaker. Yeah. It's super interesting. If you want more power than 702, I'm really hoping that Jesse will produce this 603 30,000 kV motor, because it's super interesting, and it's the weight is right in between 702 and 802, so you save a little bit of weight. And the big thing that you gain, in my opinion, is durability. The EX 802s are a little bit heavier than these 603s. Not much, but a little bit. But they're not durable. They spit magnets out, and they're just well known to be like not very durable. The full size 802s, sorry, they are significantly heavier than these 603s. So like these 603s kind of give you the best of all the worlds. You get... Come on! You get, you kind of get like the power of an 802 at almost the weight of a 702, but the durability of all the things. I almost hit myself again. And yeah, I really dig them. I'm not used to them, so I'm crashing a lot. But what's new? I crash a lot all the time. They are, they have great, what's referred to as transient response, which is basically how quickly they respond to changes in the throttle. Transient response has a lot to do with your, how well your PID loop's going to work. It's basically the response time. Ooh, I got a little, I backed right into the, to the medium crash. That one. And, yeah, it's a really cool motor size. It's just that up until this point, this motor has not been a high enough kV to really give us good flight performance. A lot of the improvements in flight performance with Tiny Whoops over the last 6 months has been basically due to mega KVs coming. 28,000, then 30,000, now 32,000. So yeah, these 603s at 30,000 are pretty fucking awesome. I would really love these motors in 32 or even like 34,000 kV. They have more stator volume because then you could put them back onto biblades. I don't know if we'll ever get that, but I would be really, really, really interested in these. At 34,000, I would love these 603s and 34,000 kV. I think that would be just insane on the GemFan biblades. I'm very happy with the 32,000 kV 702s, if I'm honest. But, you know, we're always looking for more power. Not really, though. I think that the 702 32s are actually, like, kind of the right amount of power. Shitty Shitterson. Alright, hold on. Let me look at my, let me make sure that throttle expo is set. No, it's a little low. My cruising throttle here is off on the right side of the screen there. 39, 35, 36, 35. So I want to raise that. I have that midpoint at 32 right now. I want to raise it up a little bit. Take care of that. Let's put it up to... Oh, wait a second. Wait. Was that a minute ago? Did I just say 35 or 45? Oh, I have to recheck it. Oh, come on. ARM, yo! What are you doing? Why does it sometimes give you a countdown for ARM? That's the stupidest thing ever. Oh, it is 35. Alright, hold on. So, like, when I'm kind of nose down cruising around like I normally do. 41, 36, 35. Alright, yeah, now I have it too high. Okay, hold on. 42 was about right. Rate. And let's do 40. Ha! Gate got me. Let's do some newbie drone gate work. What do you say? Here we go for the Matty. Oh, fucking eat it! That wasn't really a Matty flip. Let's get it right this time. Ah! Ah! Come on. Get in there! Come on, Lewis. Oh, man, I'm having a rough time with the newbie drone gates tonight. What's happening? There we go. Now we do it the other way! Let's see if we can get the power loop! Oh, so close. Where is it? What? Oh, landed in the shelf. Oh, God! get you some. Wait, that was going through it the other way. I want to do it this way. Hold on. There we go. Ah, I tried to double it up. Oh man, that would be a sick ass combo. Hold on. So you do it here first, and you miss that one. Try it again. Do it here first. Ah, fuck. Hold on. There first, and then you come here. Oh! Almost. I didn't get it through the center dive gate, and I kind of, you know, it wasn't like a connected move, but that would be dope to be able to get good at that. Oh, no. Easy. Leave me alone. Ah! For that I love that. I love that little dive gate there. I'm going to be bringing all these with me to Rampage, along with the... We're going to use the Weebleed gates a bunch, though. I'm super excited to use those Weebleed gates. Really? Why? Why? What? I haven't done one of those in a while. This is the speaking of Weebleed, this is their LED gate. I have it set on demo mode right now, and it cycles through all the different crazy things that it does. This is a really cool little cube gate thing that you can actually configure like an X or like a plus. It's really, really nice, really well made. I love it. I did a little Weebleed order for some more batteries in a panic last night. I was like, shit! Rampage is in a couple days. I have like 4 good batteries. Metaritson says, Tiny Whoop makes a 603 16,000 kV. I still plan to put those on a 2S Tiny Lifter. That would be interesting. Yeah, there's a bunch of 603s made in like really low kV, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, that's going to lock you into like 2S, which is a little too heavy. So there are the 603s on triblades. Here come the 702 32,000s on biblades. And this is kind of unfair because I am more used to this rig. You're also going to be looking at the current generation of Runcam Nano 3 camera right now versus the ultra rare, ultra amazing one that was just on the rig a second ago. Jesus. Okay, so this is a lot lighter. Ah! My God, it feels so much lighter. The hover point is lower, which makes it feel even lighter. Never give up. Oh God, I don't know what I was trying to do there. Ah! 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 Yeah, I still prefer the 702s. This feels so light. Ah! Ah! So, when you do these little split S things, right? When you do really tight little split S's, if you're going to rotate to the left like that, make sure that you set up to the right. Because especially on a Tiny Whoop, when you turn it over, it really does pull it. Especially if you're not, if you're getting a little sloppy. Like when you're doing this move, when you're doing a split S like this, you really want to come all the way off the throttle before you jam any roll in. If you're dragging throttle into it, it's gonna really pull you over the direction. And like maybe you're doing that on purpose, but yeah, pay attention to that. That's something that I teach in the simulator sessions that I do, and it's really, really, really important. Even if you get all the throttle out, you're still the motors can still make more thrust than they can break down, so it's still going to push the rig over in the direction that you're rolling. So yeah, it's still really important to do that. So I'm going to approach this to this side, and I'm going to turn to the right, and by turning to the right, it's going to actually send me into it. Whereas, like, for example, right, I go straight at this. Yeah, it's hard to see, but just take my word for it. See that? See how off-centered I was? Now, I really exaggerated it by kind of dragging the throttle into that movement. I didn't really, like, chop the throttle all the way. Because I kind of wanted to show you guys that. But, yeah, it happens even when you're clean on the throttle. My God, these fucking motors! They're so fucking good. Oh, God. Alright, let's try this mega power loop. The second power loop is just luck. Because I'm flying past it and just blindly hurling it backwards. I'm lining myself up. Like, I line myself up by the ceiling tiles, basically. Right? Like, the newbie drone gates are lined up in the middle of the ceiling tiles here. So I'm lining up left and right, but then I'm just blindly throwing it backwards at the gates. And the newbie drone gates are so small that, like, it's almost impossible to... It's been impossible for me to get those power loops dialed in. Oh, that was sick! That was super cool. I wish I hadn't crashed. Man, that light is red right now, but it's showing up as orange. That's super weird. Wow, the auto white balance on this camera is losing its mind. Oh shit. This battery has seen better days. Yeah, I still like the 702s. 702 32,000s all day. All day, all night. Get you some. Ugh, come on. CiottiFPV says, is it though? Is it really? TBS equals vomit. Yeah, I mean, I think it is. It's just a better wavelength. And it's just so much easier to bind and like live with and everything. So yeah, I mean, who am I? I'm just one person, right? What does my opinion matter? But Crossfire still wins. Sorry! Sorry. Easier to use. Been around longer. Doesn't take 2 full days to bind. Alright. Got that tiny whoop ripping out of the way. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of tiny whoops on that shelf. That's absolutely absurd. I should be ashamed. But I'm not. Go to hell. Freelojo says, I ran my Exploder. Exploder is my favorite bash on... So the Ford Explorer, their SUV thing, you call it the Ford Exploder. Which is not super fair because they were actually shockingly durable. Ran my Exploder SOHC 4-liter with MagnaFlow cross muffler. Oh my god. 300 plus on 275, 65, 15s. Oh my god. Had all-wheel drive and felt like it was on rails. Scared the shit out of my friends. That's absurd. That's super fun though. Eva says, you just suck at ELRS binding. Yeah, I mean, it's not me though. It's not just me. The whole 2 days to bind thing was... I didn't come up with that. Somebody in chat came up with that. And I was like, wow. God, is that true? Alright, let's do a little bit of work on this AOS 3.5. And we'll talk about it and shoot the shit and all the other things. So, this... originally, this was going to be a freestyle basher. But since I pretty much don't fly freestyle anymore... this is going to be a cinematic-ish cycle chasing rig with these awesome GEP RC prop guards here. And I'm super interested to see if those prop guards being round and just a little bit less, a little bit lower profile, let's say, than the box frames, will be more efficient. I would love it if I could get like 4 or even 5 passes at the cycling races with this rig. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of an experiment with that. And this is the rig that I'm going to do that with. This frame with those prop guards is significantly heavier. It's like almost 20 grams heavier than the box frames. So I chose to go with a naked vista in this rig to try to get the weight down a little bit. All of these rigs have 20 by 20 stacks. They all have this heavy ass camera. I'm very tempted to. If I'm gonna do it, right now is the time to do it. Hold on, let me look in my little stash here. Do I have? So this camera here, it has to be lighter. It must be lighter. Let's take a look here. Let's see how much lighter it is. I gotta know. I have to know. Let's take a look. So, yeah. God, I'm glad I thought of that. I was just blindly putting this camera in. Oh, you know what? Nope. That's right. I remember why I'm putting this camera in here. So, this is true on the AOS Cine as well. On these AOS camera mounts, the holes are really far back from the front part here. And if I run this camera from mounting hole to the front of the lens is very shallow. You see, it's like just barely the thickness of my fingernail here. Whereas this camera here, the gap is much bigger between the front of the lens and the mounting holes. So yeah, this Caddx camera, I'm pretty sure, mounted in these things. So like you can kind of see it, right? Like this mounted in here, it's gonna line up like that. It's gonna sit right like that. Oh shit, I missed it. And there it is. It's gonna sit like that. Look how much look at that gap between that and that. See that? I think this is going to be in view, and that's not cool. That I cannot have that, which is a shame, because I would love to run this. But what's cool is this camera has a different lens on it. This is a Runcam 1/3 inch 2.3 millimeter lens. Which is a little bit zoomed in, and it's just, I think it's going to be a better lens than this lens that it comes with here. So, yeah. I'm going to play with some different lenses. EVFPV says, hard agree on the wavelength, though. Really wish ELRS 900 would get some more love. Water terrifies me flying 2.4. Yeah, it would be really, and I kind of can't believe that, that ELRS hasn't given more love to the 900 stuff yet. It like, how much more are they going to be able to do on the 2.4 stuff? So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Feels weird, man. The other problem that I have though is I have Crossfire on like 800 rigs right now, and so it would be a real nightmare to have to remove it, replace it in all these different rigs. I mean, I just wouldn't, right? Like I would just leave it on there, and when I built a new rig, put Express LRS on it. But you know, so I think what I'm gonna do is test that, because I really want to run this camera. So I'm gonna bolt one of these little side plates onto this camera, And I'm going to plug this camera in to this, I think, and fire it up and see if there's props in view. I had a little bag of screws. There it is. Nope. Those are the wrong ones. Are these the right ones? Nope. There was a little bag of screws. Here it is. But of course, the right length screw is not in there. Why would the right length screw ever be in the little baggie that I had sitting right here? Here we go. This has the right length in it. Software side is solid. There's just no demand for it. Some of the manufacturers have a big incentive to develop hardware for it. Yeah, there's like no hardware for it. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Seems kind of funny. Seems kind of fishy to me. What the fuck does that mean? I think that's the screw length that I need, and now I just need to find its little... What? Really? There's only one screw of that length? Is this real life? There I got. Wait, what was this one? The one that I just tried that was too long. Let's compare. Okay, so that's the same length as this one. Yeah, so I need one shorter. This is shorter, but there's only the one. What the hell? Is it... What? How are they only going to give one of this shorter screw? Oh, I know why. Because that is the screw for the... Oh, no, there we go. Nope, that ain't it. That's the screw to hold the bell on. Aha! Well, actually, I only need one right now. Hey! Fart. All right, let's check this. Okay. This guy. And here. And... Hey, does anybody have a AOS 3.5 with this camera in it? Man, would I love to just have the answer and not have to unplug this camera, pull the Vista out, do a little dance, show a little love, get down tonight. Look how far back the lens sits, though. Like, look at that gap there. See that? Like, there's no way that's gonna... There's no way that's not gonna have this in view. There's no fucking way. No, there's no way. I can see it. When I look down, like, the field of view is like that. It's gonna show it. This is stupid. I'm not doing this. This is stupid. There's no way in hell. There's no way. There's no way. Absolutely no way. That will for sure be in view. Marcel Alfaxis says no bueno. Do you have it? Alfaxis, have you done this before? Ah! I'm not gonna do it. Man, I want to do it. I want to save weight on this, yo. Well, you know what? Well, shit. If I transfer this lens over to this... Ooh. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I even have another one of these lenses. All right. That's what I'm doing. I have another one of these Runcam 1/3 inch 2.3 millimeter lenses. It's right over here, I think. Kevin Sumner dropping a link. Oh, that's a different camera cage. V2. Yeah, right. The V2 has a different camera cage with a slot instead of a hole. I'm a big fan of slots over holes. Cool. So I have another one of these lenses. What the shit? This doesn't even look threaded. What the hell? What in the world? Is this lens like pressed in here to this camera? god, it looks like it is. What? Okay, maybe I'm not. I mean, what I could... Oh, no, those aren't... Well, those are higher. So there's these little slots here for the second screw hole. And those would mount it up higher, but they wouldn't mount it any farther forward. And I'm going to run into the same problem. Yeah, this ain't going to work. Wow, it does not... This does not appear to be threaded. It doesn't look like this camera lens is replaced. What the fuck? Is it like that on all of them? Is it like that on the white one? Where's that white one at? Here it is. Wow, it looks like it's like that on that white one as well. I'll be damned. That's very weird. That is very, very, very weird. Let me show you guys. Let me try to show you guys. This is gonna be tough to show you. Look in between the body of the lens and the camera body. See how it's not threaded in there? It's like these... I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's... Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look threaded at all. And like the... Oh, that's super strange. That's super, super, super strange. It could just be like the front part of the lens assembly. I'm tempted to just like crank on it really hard and see what happens, but this OG Vista stuff is not the easiest. It's, you know, kind of disappearing. Let me look at this. Oh, okay. No. I see it. It's like that on this lens too. So the problem with removing the lenses from these DJI cameras is that they run a bead of like silicone all the way around, and it makes it really difficult to get the lens off. You have to kind of heat it up to do it usually. Maybe this one's a little bit different. I'm trying to just kind of muscle it a little bit here without over muscling it. Oh man, this is gonna be... Hold on, let's do this. Okay, so let's try this. Put this down in here. And then we'll get this guy in here. Man brakes perfectly good. Camera in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, good grip on it here. Nah, it's not gripping it well at all. I have to just grip it with these. Oh, this is gonna look so ugly in a second. Nah, man, that ain't going nowhere. Oh, and I did. Yeah, it didn't look too bad. That's not going anywhere. It doesn't feel like rubbery though. Like the silver one feels very rubbery. The problem with using heat on these is that this is a plastic lens. So the heat gets... and if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to go into the garage to do that. Farts. I desperately need to save weight, though. I mean, this is obviously heavier. You know what? This lens is heavy, though. All right, hold on. I'm gonna run into the garage real quick and try to do this. I'm gonna run into the garage and ruin this camera real quick. I'll be right back. Be right back. Hey! Heat and channel locks for the win. Man, that was way easier than the other one. Jesus. Boy, that was... I can't even begin to explain how much easier that was than the DJI one. I was expecting a fight. The DJI one was a real fist fight. Yeah, channel locks just knocked that right out. All right, cool. So what you want to remember is these lenses have IR filters on them. So the lens that you replace it with has to have an IR filter as well, which I believe this one does. It certainly seems to. If you get that wrong, you'll know it. It'll just look awful. So I'm gonna take a guess on the focus. So like I'm gonna have to manually focus this thing, which is gonna be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but it's actually fine. I'll take care of that. So now, yeah, we've got a bunch more barrel length on the lens. So if I look here, oh yeah, that's much more realistic. Fuck, I still think it's gonna catch it in view though. God damn it. Okay, I still have to test it. I'm still pretty sure it's gonna have the carbon fiber in view. So, but this is giving this camera the best possible chance of working in here. So let's screw it in, and we will give it a try. We'll get it plugged in, fire this thing up. Hopefully it doesn't catch on fire. And away we go. Yeah, it is a nightmare taking lenses off. It always feels like they're about to explode. This one wasn't too bad, though. I was actually kind of surprised. Oh, I'm screwed. Oh, wow, okay. So, the Caddx lens, this is the Caddx lens with the IR filter on it. This is the DJI lens with no IR filter on it. So this lens is not going to work. This lens will only work on the... You goddamn idiots. What is wrong with you? Why would they do that? Come on, man. You know... Oh, you morons. All right, well, you know, so, yeah, that's not going well. I do have a little box, so I now need to find a lens with an IR filter on it that is going to work on this, because this one's not. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see the IR filters and when they're in the lens, and this lens has a tiny little aperture, a tiny little opening, and I thought maybe it was there and I just couldn't see it, but no, it's not there. It's not there. It's the IR filter is on the sensor in this case, which is incredibly frustrating. I've got a little case of lenses somewhere. I need to find it. I moved it. It was in here, and now I moved it to a spot that makes more sense, but I can't remember what that spot is. Nah, you can't really swap the IR filters over. They're yeah, you just can't. Where the hell did I put that little box of lenses that I made the other day? I like organized them all and they were all looking nice and shiny. Is this it? This is it. I got it. Okay, so I need an M12 lens with an IR filter, and I can just kind of look at the bottom and see the ones that have them. So top right, and then behind it, and then top left. All right, well, those, of course, have it. Top right, the one behind it. Those are RC25Gs. Those are going to be 2 zoomed in. Oh, man, I don't know if there's going to be a lens that has the same field of view. I think I'm kind of screwed here. In the middle, but 2 down. In the middle, but 2 down. So that would be this one here. And it also needs to be a long enough lens. Yeah, so there's an IR filtered lens. And then these are RC25Gs, and then the other ones I was seeing are on this side here. Any of the other ones? Nope. Just those. Damn it. What about this guy over here? This is an RC18G. This has no IR filter on it. Oh man, this is a real smack in the nuts. So I guess I'll try an RC25G. It's going to be 2 zoomed in though. And then there's also this is the factory RunCam Eagle lens, but this is going to be even more zoomed in than the RC25G. So there's not even a need to try this one. Man. God damn it. I can't believe these are all non-IR filtered. Hold on, let me just double check. I'm just like holding the the box up above my head so that I can look at the bottoms of these lenses. And that allows me to see if they're all pink. And the pink is the IR filtering. This, what about this one here? Hold on. There might be one. I've not flown one of these before, Mo. If you want me to see, that looks like it's IR filtered. I'm going to try that. That's going to be too wide, though. Mo, make sure you type CiottiFPV in your message if you want me to read it. Otherwise, I just happen to see it. Ooh! Ooh, this is a 2.1. And that might be IR filtered. Okay, I think we're going to be okay. This is a 2.1 millimeter. This is a 1.8. This is a 2.5. Those numbers are not the best on these lenses. Like, it's... Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but there's just basically, like, no standardization with these lenses. So, like, when they put 2.1 millimeter on them, it's... A lot of times it's not actually 2.1 millimeter. Just take my word for it. It's very annoying. Ooh, that looks like it's IR filtered too. All right, so I have a bunch of different options here, which is kind of nice. Man, I did not know that we were going to go down this rabbit hole tonight. That looks like it might even be IR filtered. This is a 2.5, but it's 1/2.7 inch. All right, yeah, so I have a shitload of options. So, okay. I think this is a regular old RunCam Eagle lens. All right, I got some lenses to try out, yo. That is not IR filtered, I don't think. And then this is too small. And then these are too small. Okay, so yeah. I got some options here. And most of these look like they're longer, which should be nice. So for right now, though, let me hook this camera up. Well, no, this lens isn't going to work, so this is stupid. Let me take this lens off. Eventually, I'm going to have to put the OG lens back on this thing. And I'm going to have to figure out a way to, I mean, I have a way, but I'm going to have to swap the lenses off and on and off and on and off and on to figure out field of view. For right now, I'm going to put this RC25G on here. This is actually one of my favorite lenses from back in the ye olden days of. It's a very heavy lens though. Ye olden days of the Runcam Eagle Micro. This would take the Runcam Eagle Micro and give you a really, really, really nice wide field of view when you were in 4x3 mode, because the factory lens was kind of set up for 16x9, and it wasn't quite wide enough for 4x3. So let's get this guy on here. When you're swapping these lenses out, especially when you're going to a different lens, you got to really be careful to not drive the lens into the sensor. This lens has a shitload of threads, and yeah, you run the risk of kind of ruining it. So just be really careful. But I'm not worried about that. We are going to get this thing fired up, and I'm going to look through the goggles, and I'm going to tell you guys what's up. I just want to tell you whether or not I mean, I'm pretty sure of it, but I want to give you the straight dope on the IR filtering. So let's pull this off. So this rig is will clear 3.5 inch props. I'm going to be running 3 inch props because I'm going to run the prop guards on it. So I have chosen to go with the iFlight 1504 3900 kV motors, because I can put a 3 inch prop on that's more pitchy than the 2.5 inch prop. So I think these motors will make plenty of power on this thing. Could be wrong, but I don't have a set of 1404s here to put onto it, so I'm kind of stuck. They're on the way from GetFPV. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I bought a set of brand new motors from GetFPV. They now have 1404 and a half 4600 kV motors. Look at these. I am very excited about these. New products. They also have a 1303 and a half, which is kind of interesting. Look at this. And they're Axis. They're from Axis. So there's a... here's the 1404 and a half that I got. And here's the 1303 and a half. The 1303 and a half is 5500 kV, which is kind of amazing. A little too high, though. You could like damn near run that on 3S. But this is what I have coming. 1404 and a half, 4500 kV. Great kV. This might be the one, man. I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit heavy. So, yeah, this is going to go... So, I also have a set of T-Motor 1404s coming, because I do want to put both of the box frame rigs on the exact same motor, so that I can evaluate AOS 3.5 versus QAV Pro. Is the AOS frame significantly more efficient? After I figure that out, this motor is going to be on whichever rig that I want to have more power. So I'm going to have like a slightly lighter rig and a slightly more powerful rig. And yeah, I'm really, really, really excited about this. 9x9 mounting pattern. Yeah, man. But these will be heavier. So, I don't know, we'll see. I guess they'll go on the QAV frame because it's lighter. But man, I am excited about this. This is kind of it. If you want something bigger than a 1404, this is really sort of it. Yeah, we'll see. EVFPV says you should get out the smart controller, show the class if it's not too much effort. God, it is so much effort, to be honest. Like, because it's all these cables and like, and I'm not even gonna have time. I just at this point we only have 5 minutes, and I just want. Oh man, I don't even have. Do I even have a battery charge for my fucking goggles? Oh, please tell me I do. Oh God, thank Christ I do. Okay. Yeah, so I don't even know. I don't know if this is bound. There's no antenna hooked up. Oh, fart. Shitting farter. Shitting farting shitter. Maybe on Wednesday's stream, I can show you guys what I found with the lenses and show you the different fields of view. No promises, though. This week is going to be kind of crazy because I'm trying to get ready for Rampage, and there's a bunch of shit going on here. Okay, I don't dare power this thing up without an antenna on it, so I just had an antenna floating around. Where the hell did it go? Come on. I don't even know what antenna I'm going to run on this thing. Antenna! Let's just throw this one on there, just for the time being. Okay, get this out of the way. Pop this on. And, okay. Alright, now hold on, let's see. So this has a lens on it. Let's get short stopper going here. And we will grab a 4S battery. And let's see what we got. First and foremost, let's see if this build catches on fire when I put power to it. Ready? Here we go. Oh my God, it's a miracle. It twerks. I've got no light on the... Yeah, I do have a light on the Vista. Okay, so I think the Vista needs to get bound. So let's push the button on the goggles. That is not skinny enough to go in there. That's what she said. Okay, goggles are in bind mode. Oh shit, it's green. What? What? Hold on. Is it already good? Come on now. Give me something, DJI. Give me something. Get off that boot screen. God, they take so long to power up. Come on. Oh, you know what? It's not going to do anything. I have to have, like, MSP going and shit, don't I? Oh, Christ. Come on now. Really? Now it's red. Hold on. Let me push the bind button on the goggles again. Maybe that'll magically make things happen. I think I pushed the bind button too early on the goggles. You have to hold the button? God, I don't remember. Yeah, I know. I've thrown a bunch of the Caddx antennas away. You have to hold the button? God, I don't remember. It's been a minute. Oh, this thing's getting hot already. I mean, it was green. Isn't green good? Green's the color for go. I thought you just popped the button. I might need to update the damn thing, too. Alright, this ain't happening tonight. That just popped the jibby jabby. Alright, well, we tried. Yeah, I think I need to update this. It's I don't know where it came from. I don't know what the deal is with it. So, okay, yeah, I'll figure I kind of need to figure this out with this outside of the quad, though. Yeah. All right. Well, I left it on that camera. That was not intelligent. I'm gonna figure this shit out tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a little Instagram live stream. Damn it! I was really hoping I could use this lens because it's really close in field of view to the factory lens. Damn. Okay. Well, I can at least put it away in the little kit here, as well as this one. The RC18G was wider, and then this is the Caddx lens that I kind of melted, or the DJI lens that I kind of melted. Thanks for hanging, friends. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I've been working on this all day. I'm kind of burned out, to be honest. So I'm gonna jump off here and play a little DayZ and just relax on the couch, try to get some sleep, and finish this thing up tomorrow. do some lens testing, and God only knows what else. Motor Richardson says, Bot Grinder's been teasing his 3.5 with Oh My God motors on it. Yeah, I'm hoping to hear that those Oh My God motors are durable. Noisy Miner said, no, we got that. Motor Richardson, Eva. Kevin Tubby says, it just occurred to me that those Walksnail antennas are garbage, so they're white. Yep. Cool. Thanks, friends. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for putting up with what the fuck is going on up top of my head here. See you guys on Wednesday. Be good. A little bit more flying for you, and don't do anything I wouldn't do, or do whatever you want while I click some buttons. Later, y'all.
There's something in the air.